Hello and welcome to the Paranormal Storytime podcast. We bring you the history and hauntings of different locations, along with pondering some paranormal questions. We are currently looking for people to feature on season 2, either interview style or we can tell your story. Ideally, this would be more long term experiences that we can really delve into, but we are open to suggestions. If you live in, work in, or have investigated somewhere with paranormal activity of any kind, please do get in touch. This week we're sticking to Nottinghamshire, and not far at all from last week's location. We're looking at Clumber Park, a National Trust location. The National Trust are either collecting haunted places on purpose or by accident because they have a fair few. And I might have just started a conspiracy theory. Oh well, never mind. Clumber Park has a wealth of history. Like many National Trust properties, it has links to British nobility. Originally just part of Sherwood Forest in 1709, the area was licensed to be fenced off as a deer park for Queen Anne by John Holles, who was the third Duke of Newcastle upon Tyne. I do wonder whether that may provide the link for the naming of Worksop Priory that we discussed last week. I'm not sure about the timings though. The park was passed down the family line to Henry Fiennes Pelham Clinton, the second Duke of Newcastle upon Tyne. He was the first of his family to build a home on the estate, and he was not holding back. The completed home, built in the 1760s, was said to be one of the finest houses in the country that wasn't owned by the royal family. The house was added around the existing hunting lodge, which became the central portion with grandiose wings complete with a 60-foot dining room, which could fit 150 guests. The decoration was no less impressive, with busts, statues, rare books, and paintings from artists such as Gainsborough and Rembrandt. The statues and decorations also extended into the land of the estate, with the finishing touches a man made lake and a 3-mile avenue of lime trees. A walled kitchen garden completed in 1772 added to the impression on guests of the Duke, growing strawberries, asparagus, and pineapples, which was quite impressive in 1772. You can still visit it as it is meticulously maintained with seasonal displays by the National Trust. Did you think it would stop there? Oh no, there's also a chapel on site, which was actually the third but the only one still standing. Completed in 1889 and described as a mini cathedral. My favourite feature is the 7 grotesques representing the 7 deadly sins. Worksop Priory, yes, again from last week, support St Mary's Chapel to hold Sunday services, allowing people to still attend and worship. It's definitely worth going to have a look if you're a fan of Gothic style architecture. Unfortunately, the house is no longer present, as in 1879 a fire devastated the lodge at the centre of the home. Although this was replaced by an extravagant entrance hall, specially built to showcase the remaining art, in 1912, a further fire occurred. The family's fortune had already been reduced by the 6th Duke's lavish spending and the high cost of rent. Due to this, the 9th Duke reluctantly decided to demolish the house, giving the level of tax as a reason. Although the National Trust suggests that the decision may also have been influenced due to the house being designed for opulence, hosting, and a display of wealth, and that this and the size of the house was no longer practical or sustainable. Like other older buildings we have discussed, some of the structure was reused. Henry Boot, who was commissioned to demolish the house, used some for his own home, and Lord Byron's Clumber Lodge was built just with salvaged materials from the house. During the Second World War, the park was taken over for use for training, accommodation, and storage. A prototype trench digging tank was tested on the grounds, and Winston Churchill even came to see a demonstration. While Nellie the tank never made it to war, the effects of her testing contributed to the landscape of the South Lawns. The Lime Tree Avenue, which remember is 3 miles long, was lined with ammunition stores made from corrugated iron. Each held up to 400 cubic feet of shells, and the park was not fully cleared of ammunition and the military until 1955. Interestingly, Hardwick Village, which is also contained within the estate, was built to house the workers for the estate and include a forge, carpentry workshop, kennels, and an animal hospital, as the 7th Duchess was a dog lover and bred Clumber Spaniels. Apparently, the name Clumber Spaniels does actually come from the park, although the actual origin of the breed itself is debated. So, with 3,800 acres to explore, if you go ghost hunting, it's likely to feel like looking for a needle in a haystack. But let us inform you about the recorded hauntings, which might give you a head start. If you want to see Clumber Park's resident spook, your best chance is to choose a day when the atmosphere is suitably spooky, as she's said to prefer to appear on a foggy, misty day. Either this grey lady, yes, another one, loves to set the scene for her appearances, dramatic, girl after my own heart, or maybe the weather has some link to her story. Apparently, some people who have been walking among the historic buildings and tall trees on a misty day have seen a cloaked apparition and have decided, I need to get closer to her. Yeah, I'd be one of those people, to be honest. She may not be keen on small talk, though, as she then vanishes into the fog. While her origin is unknown, she's been named Janet, apparently a traditional name meaning God is gracious, by local ghost hunting sites. Not all the sightings are quite so peaceful and serene, though. One couple have described how they caught a demonic figure on camera. In 2022, Hannah and Dave Rowett, who at the time were the owners of the White Line pub in nearby Worksop, regularly walked their dogs in the morning at the park. This particular day in December, the couple arrived at the park around 6:30 a.m. Hannah was waiting while her husband got the other dog out of the car, and Hannah, who described growing up in a haunted house and having the ability to sense things, stated that she got her camera out as she felt she was not alone. Upon reviewing the footage, she showed her husband, who was a skeptic of all things paranormal, but what Hannah had caught changed his mind, as he was presented with unexplainable evidence. Neither one of the couple said they felt scared and seemed to be more excited by their catch. Listen to this description and tell me if you would be scared if you caught this while in a dark, isolated park with no phone signal. Hannah described the captured entity as a demonic figure with long limbs that was crawling along the ground. Due to the footage being shared online and picked up by journalists, there's been plenty of debate on what the footage shows. Theories run from agreeing that there are demons among us to a ghost dog, swamp gas, which I'm not sure about in Clumber Park, fog, cling film blowing in the breeze, smoke, an alien, a flesh pedestrian, if you know, you know, and even, wait for it, a deer fart. Somehow, I think that one might have been meant ironically. One interesting point I'd love to have explored is how the dogs reacted. This wasn't mentioned in the article. Some people suggested that if the dogs had reacted to this would convince them further. And quite a few people said their dogs would only be walked in the daylight if they had had the same experience and they wouldn't go back in the dark. Did see a few posts that suggested that the fog was potentially part of the Grey Lady's cloak, and rather than the full apparition appearing, they'd caught a glimpse of her as she maybe began to form. I hadn't seen the video before, only the pictures, and the Yorkshireman hadn't seen either. So I decided we would review the footage together and discuss what we think. If you want to do the same, I'll add the link to the article in the comments so you can watch the video along with us. Pause now if you want to go and pull this up. Welcome back if you paused. Night Yorkshireman. I'm going to do something a little bit different. So in 2022, Hannah and Dave Rowett, who were locals, they were the landlord and landlady of a local pub in Worksop, went to the park early in the morning to walk their Labradors through the supposedly haunted forest. They went there nice and early, 6:30 in the morning. As her husband, Mr. Rowett, was getting the other dog out of the car, Mrs. Rowett said to him that I've just seen a ghost. So she had a feeling that she wasn't on her own. So she decided to record what she saw because she's obviously a little bit into the paranormal from what I can see. Because she thought sometimes if you can't see it with your own eyes, record it and then you'll catch it. So I'm going to show you the video and you tell me what you think. Hannah saw the figure crossing the path and she described it as a demonic figure crawling on long limbs. So her partner apparently is a skeptic, or was to this point, and she showed him the footage. So she said, "Look at what I've just caught." And her partner was actually quite surprised by it. It made him a little bit more of a believer. So, having looked at the video, can you describe it to our listeners?
It's like a grey blob with tendrils coming out of the bottom. Oh, it also looks like a small elephant there now. And that in that paused video, it looks like a bit like a baby elephant.
I don't think it moves like a baby elephant, though.
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't move like a baby elephant, but there's a ear and there's a trunk.
I can see it now, you said. Describe how it moved.
Just in a straight line across the path, like right to left. Not going up or down.
That's actually a really good answer to the question, but that wasn't actually what I wanted to ask you. I more meant what was its gait like, but you answered very literally, and I can't complain.
I did not realise that. So how it walked, essentially. Yeah. It didn't. It just, in that video, it just essentially floated across the path.
I want to watch it again now and have a closer look.
I don't remember seeing the tendrils moving.
You're right, it kind of more floats, doesn't it?
Yes. Look, with slow-mo.
It almost looks like a limb movement. You can just as it hits the grass, I think.
And that's where it seems to be forming.
Yeah, as it hits the grass, it gets denser because it's just like a fog, isn't it? And then it starts to look like limb movement at that point.
Yep.
So some people have said they think it was fog or smoke. Do you think fog would move like that?
I'm trying to think. I have seen drifting fog, but if that is drifting fog, that's the very early beginnings of it.
Yeah, and it's one patch that's very isolated. There's not much of it at all.
Or it could be a very large spiderweb blowing past.
I'm just rewatching it because I don't see. I'm not sure about that one. I have to admit, I'm not sure about that theory. Some people have said smoke. What do you think? Do you think people were close enough for it to be smoke or breath?
I mean, I don't know where the guy is in this point in the video, so I can't comment there.
Well, apparently he was still getting the other dog out of the car.
But where was the car? Was it like there, or was it like here, or there? I know I'm pointing at random things and people can't see, but
Yeah, we don't have that context, but Mr. and Mrs. Rowett, if you're listening, come and talk to us. I think it's because they appear to be quite far back from it. So I'm not convinced it could be smoke. And I know some people create videos these days using vapes, but talking about 2022, were vapes big in 2022?
yes, yeah, there were.
But I have to say, it doesn't look like a uniform vape cloud to me. So if you were intentionally making this with smoke, if we look at the shape of it, it doesn't look like a cloud of smoke that's been blown out.
No, but when I looked at it, it does look like it's coming from, instead of right to left, kind of looks like it's coming
Round. Go on, help me visualize that.
So if you watch here,
Yeah.
it's like almost as if it comes round.
Oh yeah, it's not moving in a straight line, it's moving in a bit of an arc. And also, when it hits the grass where it looks like limbs moving potentially, I don't think smoke or vapour would move like that.
No, but or is that a perspective thing? Well, it just depends what angle is actually taken. I know that sounds weird. Depends where is it, because that tree there is a lot bigger when you're near it. I know that sounds very patronising saying that, but I don't mean to.
No, I just don't get the relevance. It's not that I think you patronise it, it's that
is the blob thing
the potential demonic spirit.
Yes. Is it a lot higher up than we think? But because it looks like it's nearer the floor.
Okay, so you're saying that depending on the angle and how far away they filmed it from, we might be seeing it as crossing quite low to the path, and it might have looked different in real life.
So it might be a lot smaller than we thought in real life. I could be wrong.
Well, from what I can tell from the article, so this was an article in the Daily Mail, she felt that there was something with them, and she filmed it so that she would be able to see it because she realised that she might not be able to see whatever was there with the naked eye. So from what I can understand is she's only seen it from the footage as well. But I guess if she's there pointing the camera, she's going to have a lot more awareness of the perspective. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
So one of the options is because we've got another grey lady.
Mhm.
So Clumber Park is known to have a grey lady that mainly appears when it's foggy. So I cannot see any other fog in this picture, can you?
No.
It just looks like a clear, dark morning, right?
Soggy.
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 It looks soggy. Okay. Could this be a partial appearance of the grey lady, do you think?
We'll go undetermined.
So she's supposed to appear with a long grey cloak.
That's why I'm saying undetermined, because it's not like enough for me.
I agree. I feel like it's not the right shape to be the grey lady.
It's a baby elephant.
Yeah, you're sticking with that theory, aren't you?
It's a ghost of the baby elephant.
But it's only a baby elephant when it's stopped and it's moving the wrong way. So the baby elephant would have to be running backwards.
Could be in reverse.
It's a reverse baby elephant. Fair enough.
Do sometimes see stuff in reverse in time, like deja vu and stuff.
So not only are we seeing a ghost of a baby elephant, we're seeing it in a reverse time slip.
Yes.
Why not? Do you feel like to you it's giving demonic?
I wouldn't say demonic. I'd say more explorative.
Curious.
Yes, like a baby elephant.
Oh god. She did say she didn't feel scared at the time. She said she grew up in a haunted house as well. So I'd like to think that she's got a bit of knowledge. And if her husband was really skeptical and now kind of believes from seeing it because it's that unusual, I don't know. What do you think?
I would like it. I'd love it to be a definitive evidence. I would love it to be, but I'd need to see more.
I think that's all they've got because it was a live video that her kids helped her children have worked some magic that I'm not bright enough to understand.
A gift creator sort of thing.
Well, it does say that they walk their dogs in Clumber Park every day. So if anybody was going to have a chance of seeing something, then
It will be them.
yeah, agreed. Because we all know that paranormal evidence, you're very lucky if you go somewhere once and it jumps out. It's like, hey, I'm here.
I mean, like that happened with us when we went.
Oh, you mean when literally nothing happened?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Apart from a walk in the trees
And some bites on my ankles.
and the giant drum mushrooms.
Oh, the giant drum. I'm going to put a photo of that on TikTok. That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so conclusion. Is it conclusive evidence of the paranormal?
No. I'm unfortunately going to have to say no.
I'm going to say it's definitely interesting because of the shape and the way that it moves.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying it's not paranormal. I'd like to see more than just this video of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but unfortunately, paranormal evidence is very hard to come by.
Yeah, this is true. Very.
Do you fancy getting up at 6:30 every morning and going for a walk in Clumber Park?
That's like me going to work.
Do I fancy getting up at 6:30 in the morning and going for a walk in Clumber Park every day?
Yes, yes, you do.
Okay, I like my bed. Anyway, are you looking forward to our next investigation?
Yeah, of course.
What are you looking forward to about it most?
It's somewhere I've never been, so it's nice to see what is going to happen.
Yeah, we're teasing you now. We're not going to tell you what it is. But we have something very interesting happening on Friday, and you will get to hear all about it on the podcast and probably on TikTok because I forget to update every other flaming platform. I need to get better at that. So we will see you then.
Bye.
Bye bye. If you decide to go and explore, bear in mind the park is huge and it's likely you will lose phone signal at various points. I have personal experience of getting very lost and a chap in a golf cart, live chap, appearing out of the gloom, which is a really welcome sight to be fair. Some directions later from this very helpful member of staff, and I was able to return to civilization. I do wonder how many more National Trust properties we can explore for paranormal activity. Apologies if the podcast is a little bit late getting up tonight. I will say if anybody is thinking of starting their own podcast and they work full time and have other hobbies, yeah, think about it. It's not easy, but at least we're enjoying it. That's the main thing, and I hope you are too.